What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XLM Stellar Lumens today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. So here we are, sitting at about 37.8 cents. A little bit of a pullback, yes. On a daily time frame, you do have lower lows and lower lows in the RSI as well. You're at an area in your RSI that you found support before. You found a little support in this area, actually before that even. Some resistance in this area back here. A little bit higher, but support there. Okay, so not, you don't find support here all the time, but sometimes you do. You could go lower. It's very possible, you guys, Stellar Lumens could go lower. It did have one of the most immaculate pumps in November out of the top 100 coins, so it's very possible it could correct longer as well. But it also does, in reference to this overall RSI. Well, yes, this is a lower low. This here, in reference to like the overall trend of the RSI, these lows, your low here is just slightly lower than this low was back here. But if you look at the price, this low in the RSI came all the way down at this low in the price, where you're all the way up here. So if you were to move lower, I don't think you move that much lower, and there's actually some evidence in the charts that that's your low there. This could be some kind of relative double bottom look that you're going through right now. At any rate, it does look like you're in some kind of a bull flag, right? It definitely looks like you're flagging out right now. From a low to a high, a relative low to a relative high, you're right at your 236. If you were to move lower, you're at about 38 cents now. The lowest I'd give you would be about 28 cents. If you were to move lower, 28 cents could happen. It's a possibility, but I don't know if you go there, man. You're finding support right now at the 236, previous areas of resistance, previous areas of support, previous areas of resistance and support back here. I don't think you go lower. I think you're actually coiling up and you're getting ready to go higher. Your weekly RSI right now, you got 2 days, 20 hours left. If you can close this week higher, you're actually in a really good position to get this week to close. Oh man, I just thought about the RSI on another chart. Well, whatever. It was a video I just made that I thought of that I could have included, but whatever. If this week were to close green, I want you to understand something, right? The way the RSI works. So last week closed here. This was last week's close, right there, right where this dotted line intersects, so right in the overbought zone. Okay. If this week were to close green, it's red, so it's pointed down right now. If the week were to be green by the close, instead of a downward move, it'd look like we're bouncing, okay? Instead of this, it would look like this. It would look like a bounce. And if we could bounce, if we could get the week to close green and bounce off of this area in the RSI, you guys, that would be insanely bullish. That would be very, very bullish. So that's the goal at this point. I don't know what the price would be to get that area to close right there to make this. Actually, I do know what the price. I don't know why I said that. I do know what the price would be. You just have to close the week green. So that would mean you have to close this week above 47.17 cents. You're at 37.9 cents now. So you got to move up about a whole another 9.2 cents. Okay. If you can do that, great. If you can't do that, fine. It's okay. It doesn't matter, right? You could close the week, even if it's like slightly neutral but red, that's fine too. But even if you close down here, I'm not worried about it. It would just look really nice to bounce off of your overbought zone. If we could find an example of it, I don't know, right? Kind of like right here, kind of, right? Similar idea. Let's just see what you did in the price. Right, so here's your low in the RSI lining up with this low, and look, you had a very nice bullish reaction afterwards, right? Just kind of an idea there. You don't really have any other examples on this chart, but I promise you guys, just take my word for it. I've done this for 8 years, right? Finding support on the overbought zone on a weekly time frame, very bullish. There's a reason why we've spent the last like 5 minutes talking about it, but let's move on. So on a daily time frame perspective, yes, the RSI is down here. It wouldn't be crazy if you found support here and started moving up. On a 4-hour perspective, we look at the price. We have a lower low in the price. We have a higher low in the RSI. That's some bullish divergence right there, right? You've got the nice higher low coming in while forming your lower lows on a closing basis here, right? It's not the wicks that matter. It's the bodies of the candles. It's the closing low. So that's bullish divergence there. You have the green candles to confirm that. So I think, man, you've got a double bottom. You've got bullish divergence on your 4-hour. You're at an area on the daily that would make sense to find support, and you've got a nice positioning on the weekly. Even if you were to close here on this RSI, you got a nice positioning to start moving up from here, right? Even if you closed here, previous areas of resistance, you're finding support on, right? It's good. Yes, that applies in the RSI as well. That does. Technical analysis can be applied to any and all charts, guys. I'll tell you what, right? You know that you're getting good. You're not a genius if this happens to you, okay? But you're getting good at technical analysis. You're at least like learning the language when you can see it in the trees. When you can see it in the trees, when you can see it in the mountains, when you can see it in the clouds, you'll know what I mean. You'll know what I mean, right? If you can do TA in nature, on nature, you're starting. You got the eye at least, right? But again, that doesn't mean you're a genius, and it doesn't take a special person to be able to do that. I think it just takes a little bit of familiarity and recognizing patterns, and then we as humans associate patterns in nature. So of course you'll make those connections inevitably. Some people think I've heard some people talk about this stuff, and they're like, I can see the fibs in the mountain ranges, man, and it's like, so can I. I'm not a genius. You don't have to be a genius to draw those connections. Like it's cool. It's cool when it happens, but I'm going on a whole detour here. I forget what initiated that, but anyways, on a monthly aspect here, also potentially at the overbought zone, looking really good on a monthly closing base or a monthly RSI basis as well. I love that your RSI is in the overbought zone. In fact, the statistics would suggest that you close this month green, that you're really just getting started. I don't think that you're stopping here, guys. So I do think Stellar Lumens XLM is moving higher, right? I think that you have found your low. We look back, we've got the granddaddy kind of fib here from last cycle's high to the relative bear cycle lows that we had, okay? We're at the 886 for resistance, pulled back to the 69 for support. It's a very common thing to do. When we move up, what we're looking for, the area we're looking for to break is about 60.5 cents. Let's get that price refined. So yeah, 60.5, quite literally. Any given day, any given week closes above 60.5 cents. It's time to celebrate. Because like a rocket ship, like an astronaut on a moon mission, like I don't know, man, like a marble in a slingshot, you're gonna rapidly approach this $1.54 area, if not higher, right? You really could see 217, 218, and then again, based off of this high to low here, on the overall all-time high to the overall low of this consolidation phase that you've been in for multiple cycles now, that fib would suggest you go all the way up to 246. And it is very common when interacting with your 1414 to go just above it, maybe to that 1272, right? So I'm not 100% sure, right? This is a target. I'm not saying that Stellar Lumens will be at 246 by the end of January, but it absolutely can happen. It absolutely can happen. By the end of January, we could be up there, especially considering that by the end of this month, we'll probably be well in the green as well. I think by the end of December, we'll probably be, if I really had to guess, anywhere from 60 cents to new all-time highs, right? And the higher we are by the end of December, the more likely that 246 target comes online. If we're not above all-time highs, okay, maybe not 246, maybe more likely the 1272 of this target, okay? Maybe at like 154, 218 even, right? Something like that. If we are above new all-time highs, or if we're at new all-time highs by the end of this year, then I really think that, yeah, 246 is a very strong likelihood. Right now, it's just a discussion, right? We don't know. It's one of these targets. That's where we're going to hit. This probably has, and not probably, absolutely has the most likelihood of being achieved because it's the lowest target. But even that, man, you're at 37 cents right now, $1.54. What is that? We're talking about a month's time because it's December 20th right now. That's a 4X, bro. At a minimum, you got a 4X. This is a no-brainer, man. This is clearly a good buy at this price. Definitely a good buy. Green light all the way. If anybody is asking right now, yes, C-Zar, you're giving me all these targets, but is it a good time to buy? My answer to you is yes. It is a good time to buy. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. You do what you want with your own money. But my perspective is Stellar Lumens looks ripe for a good opportunity to go up. I don't think that it goes too much lower from its current price. You're at 37.7 cents now. If you were to go lower, the lowest I'd give you is 28 cents. But again, if that were to happen, I think that before Christmas, you'd be at that price. And then going into Christmas week, going into the end of the year, you'd have a rapid recovery. And again, that would hurt your expectations for the move to end by the end of January. But it wouldn't hurt this thing. I don't think it would hurt it too much, right? It just might hurt immediate term target prices. It won't hurt like the cycle term target prices. But I can't talk. I'm running out of words to say. I'm like stumbling and stuttering over my words. It's the end of the night for me, so I'm going to end the video there. If you guys like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I do want to look at XLM real quick on the ribbon, actually. Daily ribbon looking great, actually. Weekly ribbon bullish as hell. And the monthly just got the cross, very bullish, yeah. So all good things, my friends, all good things. Two monthly ribbon looking good as well. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourselves. The next target area by the end of January, at a minimum, is $1.54, something like that, right? Was it $1.54? I want to make sure. Hold on. It was $1.54. All right, bye-bye. Take care.